big and dream high. Because after all, nothing is impossible if you believe in yourself. Today, I want to tell every one of you that life is full of ups and downs. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. But if you believe in God, nothing is impossible. Thank you so much.
Wow! Diba? Dream big. Okay na, dream big ha. Don't dream bigger ka ng big nga madapot ta ha.
Balls big.
Maglisod ka. Gusto ka ginhawa, mabig ka. Of course. Okay, your next question is, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again. As a youngest candidate of them all, I think I deserve the crown for Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 because I have my characteristic and my personality, and I trust my capability. As you can see, I am not so beautiful like the other candidates, but I always taught myself that I can because I do my best and always believe in myself that I am a tower of strength and a pillar of hope and a champion of purpose. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is a championship. Well, thank you so much, Miss Pugon. Moving on to our next
So
candidate.
it's my turn. Hoy, Jose Big Big. Paminaw diri. Big Big. So candidate number 27 is from Lapu-Lapu City.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. Mayong gabi ka na kumakanan.
Maayong gabi, isa.
So here's your question. Your advocacy is young transgender empowerment. How do you plan to empower them?
Okay, my advocacy is empowering young transgender youth by cultivating values and self-worth and self-respect is an utmost importance. I am practicing it already in my own city in Lapu-Lapu in a small community. I was handling a transvestite show in Las Vegas, and they aged 18 to 24 years old, but no one was guiding them because they are trans who just wanted to enjoy life. But teaching them values is one great thing that I could share to them for them to grow, to become a better and a fruitful in their lives. Thank you.
Get it? So your last question is, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
Okay. Others may say they are ready, or maybe most of the candidates will say so. But I will say I am more than ready to be Diwata sa Sugbo Crown Keeper. It takes courage, determination to win the crown. But it takes a humble heart and a grateful soul to be its keeper. I will not wear, maybe it sounds cliche, but I will not wear the crown in my head where it shines, it's part. But I will wear in my heart with a greater soul and a humble heart. And also to serve to my fellow men to a greater glory to God. I am Renita Esquera, your Diwata sa Sugbo 2022, and I'm very much ready. Thank you.
Wow, they are very much ready dyan ha. Diba? You are the reigning Diwata sa Sugbo 2019.
The longest
reigning Diwata sa Sugbo. So ready na daw sila. Ready daw siya.
Prepare.
Yes, very much prepared.
Alright. Thank you so much, our Diwata ng Lapu-Lapu. Moving on to our next candidate, we have candidate number 28, our Diwata ng Mandaue City, Cebu. Alright. Are you ready for your question? Of
Yes,
course,
I am.
you should be. Alright, your question is, you are actually advocating for environmental awareness. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Your question is, as a transgender woman, how can you help mitigate global warming?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. In life, all we have to find is our voice. And I am here standing in front of you to echo my voice. I am an advocate of environmental awareness, And we all know that climate change is one of the biggest problems that we're facing today. It poses threats for us human beings. It dealt countless casualties towards the government and its people. As we can see in the news, there are a lot of cases of floods, higher temperature, and even scarcity of water due to its inevitability. Now, I am here in front of you to encourage everyone to do your part, to do your responsibility, to let's preserve the beauty of our Mother Nature. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot live in this world without our Mother Earth. But our Mother Earth can live without us. So we need her. So it's time for us to act now. Do your job, do your responsibility, because your simple action will have a big impact to save our motherland. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mother Earth. Diba? All right. Your next question is, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
Diwata in mythical stories are guide and guidance to the local people. And I am very much prepared and ready to take this role. Diwata sa Sugbo takes the role for being the bearer of the church to guide people. And I want to be I want to be that bearer to guide people not just to the LGBT community, but for the entire society as a whole. As an SK chairman of one of the biggest barangay of Mandaue City, as a young leader, I can lead people into greatness. And serving people is one of my passion, and this will make me Diwata sa Sugbo 2022, a Diwata with a substance. Thank you.
Wow. So thank you so
Wow, all
much.
right. Thank you so much. Once again, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our candidates, Diwata ng Pugo, Diwata ng Lapu-Lapu City, and of course, Diwata ng Mandaue City. A big round of applause for them, please.
Thank you, ladies. So, wala nang patubig-tubig pa?
Yes, moving
Get
on to our
ready.
next candidates, batch of candidates,
Yes.
please.
Miss Dan Bantayan, Guadalupe.
Guadalupe and Diwata ng Hipodromo.
Pasok.
Pasok.
Okay.
Are you ready now to take your seats? All right.
Okay, candidate number 29 is from the Bantayan. Huwag ka gadag microphone. Padalhon man mo.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you? We're nakita kita dito sa pista, festa sa Bantayan.
Yes,
You were so busy.
because of, na.
Yes. Work. One day siya ka na nag-work hard siya for, siya for him.
Naningkamot sa siya
For
para
him.
sa bayo.
Yes.
Para sa him. Of
Yes,
course.
of course.
Wala naman yun ang mga LGBT. Kita, di ba? Ang atong kita, out of 100%, 90% sa bayo dyan na.
Also,
Abi
imo
pa
mo
lang.
na.
Yes. Abi pa lang.
Imo na.
Abi pa lang daw.
We have to buy groceries for our boyfriend.
Of course. Buta niya na,
So
of
we have to
course.
buy.
Anong pwesto, madam, as well? Si madam kay Kaching, sabihan na sa kiki si madam. Di ba?
Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So your question is, you're advocating for people living in the mountain areas. So what specific help you want to do with them?
Well, actually, ladies and friends, I myself living in a remote area, or should I say in a mountain province. I live in the last province in northern part of Cebu. I see people how they strive, how they are hunger for themselves to be able to feed to their children. And their children also have to find ways and help their parents to find foods. And in fact, we must have to make sure that the children should have to be sent to school. Because you know what, ladies and friends, I believe that we must have to invest to our children. Because our children are the good investment in our future.
Oh, I love it.
Good investment. So your last question is, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
Alright now, ladies and friends, well, I am ready because I am willing. For I know, I am always been a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And the reason why I am here now is to promote my advocacy. My advocacy for inclusivity in all sectors. and for fortifying unity in all humanity. For I know, ladies and friends, that if we will going to work hand on hand, we will going to achieve the best in vision we want to be. And I know, ladies and friends, and to those people who are with me, let's work hand in hand together. And for those people who are afraid to speak out, then it's time for you to go out in your shell. Because, ladies and friends, at the end of the day, do not let everyone dictate yourself, because you will be the only leader of yourself and be the voice of your own life. Thank you.
Wow! Ready na kayo sa to become the next Diwata sa Sugbo, Jana. But I have one question for you, Jana, before we move on to our Diwata ng Guadalupe. Are you ready to turn over your crown?
Yes, I'm very much ready. As long as
Dapat, may qualifications.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. I heard Jana that she's ready to turn over her crown to a teenager night.
yes, dapat teenager akong koronahan, dili gore. Pareha ni RC.
Oh! Alright. So, tanaw na to kay Baro. Teenagers, ba yan ang teenager, ba yan atong Miss Guadalupe?
Kane,
Alright.
pasok.
Candidate number 30, Miss Guadalupe, your first question is, 3 years ago, you were diagnosed as clinically depressed, correct?
Yes.
When did you realize that you have to let go of that depression and start moving on?
Letting go of depression is not easy without having a help of psychological help, without seeking to a psychological help or to a professional help, if I would say. I think that the time that I learned to love myself and to fully accept my past, that was the very moment when I decided to be happy and to be grateful with the people who are behind me, who are always there to support my journey and who are always there from the very beginning to accept me and to support me. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight and I joined this pageant. I am not here not just to win a crown, but I am here to share to you all my story. An inspiring story of a strong transgender woman. It is not easy for me losing my mom at a very young age of 2, and my father passed away when I was 16. At an early age of life, I was left with no other option but to be matured at an early age. At that time, when also my family, the rest of my relatives disowned me at a very young age of 18. That was the time I wasn't able to pursue my studies in college because I told myself that I will never beg help or support to those people who did not accept my transition for being a transgender woman. But right now, I am so happy that behind all those struggles and sacrifices I made in my past, right now, I recovered with that depression with the help of my friends, with the people who loves me, especially my boyfriend right now. I know he is just watching via Facebook Live. I would like to take this opportunity to thank him for loving me, for accepting me with from the worst, with good and for worse, and also for letting me experience the real and the genuine love that I deserve.
Only him
Wow!
and only be him.
Only him and only be him. How about the damages?
Actually, yes,
Pakitotal.
there is a lot of damages and the receipt were all kept.
Of course, nailista.
Why mahayay?
Why mahayay anong enter?
Why ba we ay?
Yes, of course. Normal. Alright, your final question is, how ready are you to become the next Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 crown keeper?
When I was crowned as the Binibining Ganda of Guadalupe 2019, I was supposed to represent Barangay Guadalupe on the 4th edition of Diwata sa Sugbo 2020. But unfortunately, we all know that the inevitable pandemic happened. So it is just to prove, ladies and gentlemen, that sometimes your dreams may be delayed, but it will never be canceled. That is why I am here right now I have waited a 3 long-year hiatus just to be here and to represent Barangay Guadalupe with pride and honor. And I know that I am capable of wearing this crown because this Diwata sa Sugbo is not just an ordinary beauty pageant. This is a pageant for a cause. And if we are looking for someone who can speak, who can be the voice of our fellow trans women, and who is 100% ready to take much or to take full responsibility of keeping a crown, then you should crown me as your next Diwata sa Sugbo. Thank you.
Wow!
Judges,
Pagalibog. For sure, kalabad ako.
just pa na po.
Kalabad na kayo sa mga judges na kayo
So to Miss
mag-
Jana Fernan, please turn over your crown to you.
Yes, magdala lang yung hairpin daan. Para malak.
Yes. But of course, para ma-sure na yun, lansak ang iyong books. Oo.
Kana.
Tinopos ang bayo.
Candidate number 31 is Miss Hipodromo. How are you, Miss Hipodromo?
I'm doing great, Jana. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So, here's your question. You said you love the beach so much. Beach nga dagat ta dili mga pariha ni Yawa. So, what other tourist destination that needs to be rehabilitated like Boracay and Manila Bay?
Thank you so much for that very interesting question. Of course, allow me to let you know why I have this sudden love for the beach. Growing up, I grew up in a summer where I spent childhoods in a beachfront in Leyte. And I believe it's one of the most beautiful places that everyone must visit. So I want to shed light on Leyte because as we all know, for the past few years, there's a lot of calamity that ruined the place. And I know it's time for us to be able to rebuild from the ground. That is why I am proud to let you know that I will be joining Queen of Leyte as well, hoping that I will be an ambassador for a change and to bring and boost the tourism in Leyte. And I believe our judges will be joining me there as well, Miss Ada Marie and Miss Roxanne. And I'm so excited to share the stage with you. And hopefully, if I will be an ambassador, I will be able to lift the city and show everyone, not only the Philippines, but the world, how beautiful it is. And I know Diwata sa Sugbo will be one of the platform that I will be able to use because at the end of the day, this is a beauty pageant with a purpose.
Thanks.
So, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
I believe I am 99% ready. The remaining 1% is for you, Jana, to put the crown on my head. Being a Diwata sa Sugbo Crown Keeper puts you in a platform that elevates your life and it uplifts the people around you, especially the LGBTQ community. And I believe and I know I am more than ready for the responsibility being the Diwata sa Sugbo and uphold being a beauty with a purpose.
Wow, ready
Ready
ka.
yung sinatanan, no?
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to our Diwata ng Daan Bantayan, Diwata ng Guadalupe, and of course, Diwata ng Hipodromo. Wow!
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, ladies. You may now change for your last exposure. Moving on to our last batch. Last na yun. Kinalasa na yun.
Kinalasa na yun,
I apologize.
Judges, Miss Capital Site and Miss Mingla Delia. And last but not
Badian.
least, Miss Badian.
And yes.
Murag diri ko sing-sing na batch. No?
Alright, so last batch na yun. And of course, before we end this interview portion, we would like to say once again, thank you so much to all of you who stayed with us tonight. Big round of applause to yourselves, please.
Thank you for staying.
Galingon.
Sa mga nagtagay na sa J-Spot, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Kahuman
And of
sa
course,
show, ha?
J-Pads.
Pamayad mo, ha?
Yes, of course.
Dayon.
Yes. Of course, now we have right here our Miss Capital Side. Your candidate number 32. All right. So your question is, you're very interested in foreign language and history,
It is.
correct? All right. So your question is this. It's just very simple now. Tell us about a world history that is for you a life-changing moment for humanity. Do you want me to repeat the question? Okay. So since you are very interested in foreign language and history, tell us about a world history that is for you a life-changing moment for humanity.
All right, thank you for that interesting question. Well, what I understood when it comes when we're talking about the word interested, that is something that you want to learn, right? And with the question, what is a history that is a foreign language? Yeah.
A history that is for you a life-changing
Okay, a
moment.
history that for me is a life changing. I think it's not about the world history that everyone knew, but it is the history of my experiences. And that experience is about being an IEP or an English teacher in Thailand. And with that, it is really a life changing because teaching abroad is not really easy. To be independent, to be with yourself, and with that, I have learned a lot. With my experience, that is something that I want to continue doing in the future again, if given the chance. Because of this pandemic, I wasn't able to go back to work abroad because of some circumstances or personal issues. And I think that is a life changing because if you're working in Thailand as an English teacher, you don't need to prove to them who you are. And at least I am very grateful that at least I have lived my life as a woman for once because you need to explain to them who you are. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. And your next question is, how ready are you to become a Diwata Sugbo 2022 crown keeper?
Oh, that is very interesting question. Being ready is an understatement. I am more than just ready. Not just now or wearing, also to live within my heart the spirit of true essence of what is Diwata 2022. And I will use my crown to be a representation of this badge of Diwata Sugbo 2022. And I will use my voice to shed more light to each and every candidate's causes or advocacy for us to be heard. And I will continue uplifting and inspiring others and continue to spread the message of hope because as Diwata Sugbo, it's not just about the crown itself, but it is more of the responsibility. And I believe that I am a responsible queen. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Diwata ng capital side. Moving on to our next candidate, we have ng Diwata ng Minglanilla.
Candidate number 33, you're so beautiful like me. You're so feminine like me.
Yes, actually, gamay na yung kayo
Ang
yes.
one lang mo, ang skin tone lang. Puti lang siya.
Actually, ang silina na yun actually ang diferensya.
Lahi, di ba?
Ang iyaha sakto lang, ang muha
Ang
buot.
now.
Ang silina, ang diferensya ra yun. Sa now, wala. Okay ra yun. Ang silina, ang pinaka-diferensya. Ang iyaha sakto lang, ang imuha buot.
Hot lang, no? Kami North ka, manggod me. So, candidate number 33, are you ready for a question? Ay, kung iba-ibayin nila. Sampun ako ni mo. Grabe ka, babae. So, your question is, you said you are advocating gender equality. Tell us about the time you feel you were discriminated that made you realize to fight for gender equality.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Well, in my life, I had thousands of failures, hundreds of wrong decisions, and countless stupid mistakes. Then, the time that the most I realized that I will push that gender equality, the time that when I was young that I am the rose among the thorns. I have 5 brothers and I'm the only woman in my brothers. And I will tell to everyone that embracing into positivity and diversity is all what we need. Because embracing differences is more easier than criticizing one another. We just want this world colorful, happy, and positive. Thank you.
Okay. So your last question is, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
I am ready enough to work in many organizations because being a Diwata is not only about the crown. It is about to help and work in any organization. In my whole life, I've been working and supporting my family and friends, and this is the time that I widen my responsibility for me to become a Diwata. This is Casey Cabaluna, your upcoming Diwata sa Sugbo 2022, willing to help and serve. Thank you.
Very well said. Very ibay.
Very ibay and very...
Very tupa si Ox.
Yeah.
What's like pills ni mo lang ko?
Feel na ko, kanang inhale, exhale, o hangin na siya.
Hangin na good siya, no? Thank you so much, Kelly, number 33. So,
Our Diwata na Milan. Moving on, now we are now down to our last Diwata. We have our Diwata ng Badian. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, and of course, a bit nervous.
You're a bit nervous, Norman. Nain sa tayo din. But anyway, there's nothing else you can do, but you have to answer these questions we prepared for you. Alright. Your first question is, you are very interested in helping others who are in need, correct?
Yes.
This is what you stated on your profile. But my question for you is, when do you think is the best time to help, and when is the right time to say no?
Well, thank you for that question. Of course, as we all know that we should have to work, let's work with, what I mean is, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
My question is, when do you think is the best time to help people, and when is the right time to say no to helping people?
All right. I think there is no best thing or the right no right time to help people, because every time that we see people in need, and that's the time that we call the best time that we need to help them. And I think there is also to say no, because every one of us has a importance in this life or in this society.
Is that all? Alright, thank you so much. Moving on to your last question, we have, how ready are you to become a Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 Crown Keeper?
I always put in my mind that I am a very empowered person or a woman. To be ready is not a question, but it is always, or it is it is the most important thing is the eagerness, the love, and the care to become the next Diwata sa Sugbo Crown Keeper. And of course, joining this pageant, the Diwata sa Sugbo 2022, is an honor and is a privilege, much more if given a chance to share the good traits and the good traits that embodied a true Diwata sa Sugbo, the true Diwata sa Sugbo possess. That would be all.
Alright, thank you. Once again, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause to our last batch of Diwata sa Sugbo 2022 and their preliminary question and answer. And a big round of applause for them, please.
yes, and thank you.